Chúng ta sang bài 6.14.
Unit 14. Word list. Camouflage. Camouflage is something used to hide people and things.
The green and brown camouflage was best used for hiding in forests and jungles.
Contemplate. To contemplate something means to think about it.
Mark took a moment to contemplate the math problem before solving it.
Contend.
Contend.
To contend with something means to struggle to overcome it.
Stacy had to contend with a learning disability throughout high school.
Cot.
Caught.
A cot is a small portable bed.
At the camp, the boys' cabin was lined with cots.
Enlist.
Enlist.
To enlist means to join the military.
In their final year at school, the students were asked to enlist in the military.
Frontier.
Frontier.
A frontier is a border between two regions or countries.
A fence was built along the frontier where the river curved.
Handbook.
Handbook.
A handbook is an item that gives specific information or instructions.
If you look at the handbook, it will tell you which wires to connect to the TV.
Hesitant.
Hesitant.
If someone is hesitant, then they are not sure or slow in acting or speaking.
Though he knew the answer, he was hesitant to say it because he might be wrong.
Lush.
Lush.
If something is lush, then it is full of a variety of large, healthy plants.
The lush jungle was filled with plants, trees, and vines.
Marrow.
Marrow.
Marrow is the soft substance in the center of bones.
Dissolved marrow is a common ingredient in soups.
Outfit.
Outfit.
An outfit is a set of clothes worn together, often for a certain job or event.
Callie's new outfit made her look so glamorous.
Paw.
Paw.
A paw is an animal's foot that has claws or soft bottoms.
The kitten cleaned its paws with its tongue.
Quiver.
Quiver.
To quiver means to tremble or shake.
The flame on the candle quivered whenever someone opened or closed a door.
Splendid.
Splendid.
If something or someone is splendid, then they are very good.
From his head down to his shoes, his clothes looked splendid.
Stray.
Stray.
To stray means to go in a wrong direction and often become lost.
He found himself lost because he had strayed from the tour group.
Substantial.
Substantial.
If something is substantial, then it is of great importance, size, or value.
The bank said that he owed it a substantial amount of money.
Torch.
Torch.
A torch is a stick with one end on fire that can be carried in order to give light.
He grabbed a piece of wood and stuck it in the fire in order to make a torch.
Tract.
Tract. A tract is a large area of land.
On the other side of the mountains was a long tract of forest.
Vigil.
Vigil.
A vigil is a period of watchful attention at night for a specific purpose.
He had a vigil in front of the tomb for 3 days.
Weary.
Weary.
If someone is weary, then they are tired.
Jane was weary after a long day of work. The coward's lesson. Tom was easily frightened. He enlisted in the army because he thought the military would teach him courage. And though he needed courage, he never imagined how he would learn it. During a march across a tract of wilderness near his country's frontier, Tom strayed from his squad. He had stopped to gaze at a splendid view of a lush valley. When he turned around, his squad was gone. He searched for them, but because their outfits had camouflage, he couldn't find them. It was getting dark, and Tom grew weary. All he had was a knife, a boomerang, and his handbook. He made a camp for the night. It was cold and the ground was hard. He wished he had his cot and a blanket. Instead, he made a fire, wrapped himself tightly in his jacket, and fell asleep. A loud noise roused him from his sleep. What was that? He wondered. Then he noticed it. An animal of substantial size had left a print from its paw in the dirt. He sat closer to the fire and looked into the darkness. He imagined a large beast jumping from the gloom and attacking him. He shook so much from fear that it felt like the marrow in his bones quivered. Tom contemplated many different plans. He was hesitant to act. He decided to stay by the fire. But during his vigil, he heard more noises. He couldn't contend with his fear any longer. He knew what he had to do. He made a torch and followed the prints. He heard a twig snap very close ahead, but he bravely went on. Seconds later, he discovered what had scared him. It was only a kangaroo. Tom went back to his camp and slept. In the morning, he found his squad. He had finally learned courage. He learned that he had to confront his fear in order to conquer it.